So today we're going to run our Domoic Acid ELISA. When you order a kit, it will come with your diluent and wash buffer. These are concentrated, so the first thing you need to do is dilute these according to the instructions. It also comes with your antibody. This is what captures the domoic acid, and domoic acid HRP, which allows for detection of what you capture in your sample. We have a set of standards that you will run to compare for data analysis and to be able to quantify the amount of toxin in your samples. There will also be substrate or TMB, which allows you to detect, and acid, which stops the reaction. The plates are sealed in this foil pouch, and you can take out as many as you need. Today I'm going to run a set of standards and one strip of unknowns, so you can take out as many or as few as you need and just leave them in the pouch until you're ready. And then, of course, the instructions. It's really important you read through the instructions completely before you start the assay. This protocol is a little bit different than our saxitoxin ELISA, so if you've seen that video, this one's going to be a little bit different. So just make sure you follow instructions carefully. All right, let's get started. Step of our assay itself is to add 100 microliters of our antibody to our plate. I always do this with a multi-well pipetter. You want to make sure that you get your tips on nice and tight, set to 100. So the first step of the assay itself is to add 100 microliters of our primary antibody onto the wells of the plate that we'll be using. I always use a multi-channel for this. And I want to make sure that the tips are all on nice and tight so that I'm pipetting exactly 100 microliters into my wells. I like to mix up the antibody briefly. Very slowly and carefully add 100 microliters to all of the wells. Now we're going to set this on a plate shaker and let it sit for a bit of time, and then we'll add the next step. So now we've finished the 30 minutes of coating of the plate with our primary antibody, and what we want to do is we want to dump out the antibody into the sink, which we're going to do. I'll usually hold the edges there. One quick motion, one quick tap. It's really important you do not wash between this step and the next. So we're just going to dump it out and go on to the next step. After we've dumped out our primary antibody, we're going to add our standards and our samples that we want to test to our plate. And I'm going to add 50 microliters of each of these in duplicate. All right, now that my standards are set, I can add my unknowns. All right. Now that my plate has been completely loaded, I can add my domoic acid HRP, which competes with the standard or the toxin in sample for binding with the primary antibody. And we put this back on the plate shaker for 30 minutes. Okay, so we've done loading everything. It's been incubating, and now we're ready to wash our plate and develop it. So the first thing you do is dump out your reactions, tap it. This time you are going to wash 3 times with 250 microliters of your wash buffer that you've already diluted. Now we're ready to develop. All right, so we're going to add 100 microliters of our TMB to develop our plate, and I like to get everything set up and ready to add the acid, because as soon as it's ready, you want to stop the reactions. But first, we add 100 microliters of TMB to all the wells. And this can take some time for it to develop, so I like to put it on something white so I can watch the color develop and stop it when it's time. All right, so now we've got nice color development in our standard curve, and our unknowns are within that range, so we're going to go ahead and stop it. And we stop the reaction with acid, which turns the blue color yellow. And now we're ready to read on a plate reader. Just make sure you don't have any bubbles in here, because that'll mess up your readings.